Hello, hello everyone. Welcome another week of light languages and collective healing intentions. This is week 206. It's the week of Shiva, and Shiva and many others energies. They will be around. Let's see what happens. Everything is spontaneous and we go with the flow. So I'm here with the company of Wendy, her husband Dave, and we will share some light languages with you. We are going to start with some blessings, and then we will continue with God knows what. But let's see how it goes. And Wendy, do you want to start with the blessing?
Why, certainly. It's my honor and pleasure. Thank you so much for the invitation to be here. And if you guys are watching this out there, please join us. It's a lot of fun. It's very enlightening. And we have as much, if not more fun off camera as we do on camera. So please come and join in the familial energy of being with your star families. Yakotabese si mishata intiala samandia shanoko. Semisipiti inayama leva katomero mayaniki abasapore sumotea. Samasipigia shanate in laha lamako ono. Mimiana yina malevisipoto shuniaka. Sapato untoya. Masapakia lazimite. Shina kingiara sopoto. Thank you for receiving these light codes and these languages. Devleata, of what I feel are our souls, our families. Yakwami Sheperi Sana, all of your families, if you're watching, of course. Niapala Fesopari, your guides are also present. Nikingiasha Natalia Amala, and me, the human speaking, I just want to say, I hope that all of you have the not just pleasure, but the divine experience of being in the presence of this type of energy in these light languages. And if I could say, I only hope that one day you can feel what we're feeling. And I hope that we can even convey just a little bit through this method of communication and recording, that we can at least emit even just a fraction of what we're really feeling. And I hope that all of you in some way get to experience this extra dimensional love and acceptance and openness and allowance and inner peace that these interactions bring me, and in my experience have brought so many others. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And Dave, if you want, Patukasha.
Ask to remind everyone, as we're imbued in these energies and vibrations, that the vibrational information and sharing that occurs when we do this is far beyond just the sound that we hear with the light language itself. And the light language words are really just a permission slip to be more of who we are, but also share all of who we are. And I'm reminded also, because I should shut off the vibrating pump that's behind us, which I will do in a moment. Now I
Shiva, Shivai.
Thank you, guys. Kuashata wata. Amo sen shak anes isiatatia namu tekia wana te bahuachan takamatai. Ah, macha negata mik awatanesha. Alishana. She ya wataika wana kashne. That I did thank you. Tamuka nechani makubasa te tapukana tataya hatiyana te. Kana chana kwata te tataya wakashi yawa. Ah, ah, ah. Buta na makusete te ki maki mapamusta ki sha. Amo wansan kasa namo. Amo saneta te kemesita te yam papapakwasana. Esana watana te tata. Ateni akata. Dosana katianata. Sene kiana kwatanata. So most of us in the planet, we are living plenty of experiences that they are coming to the surface from deep down, whether they come from our childhood or from any other lifetime or timeline. They is all coming to the surface, and we are feeling all these amount of frequencies sometimes collapsing or getting very dense in our heart chakra. So today we are going to be sending the love and light of Shiva to remove all of that has been building up for the last weeks, and then replace it with more light, so that we can process not only these light languages that we are going to be sharing here today, but also everything that we experience in life, so that we can take perspective and also see things from different angles, maybe find the solutions to things that we are facing or that we are feeling like a challenge. A lot of things from the 3D are coming up, things that they were unsolved, they are coming to the present moment so that we deal with them and that we find maybe a solution or make a change. So today I want to set the intentions. We will come to that in a moment to share all the intentions together. But before, I would like to do an invocation, an angelic invocation that I will bring in a moment. Tatiamu uti titiamu, mot eti tiamu katai tiamu, eni tiana kuana tatiana, mos de sina kakutiana makuata, tetiana, tia tatiana kakuanata. This invocation is an ascension, an enlightenment invocation, angelic invocation for personal and spiritual development, growth, advancement, and evolution, supreme divine energies and powers. Our love, we are light, we are whole, we are happy, we are grateful, we thank you. Amen. Tuhatiamu hatoita, musititiamu katatamu, shetini kamu tatimiamu, mamu temi mamapuana, mana tate peki hatotekia, hone sieshiama, hat anesh eshi, hik atuna hantaikama, masutiata, o shatekia, o tekiata. Tatiana, 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 Wada. Osite si te tana ohaita, mes iti ti mos aita, mig anot te, potin iagat. So after sharing this invocation, we are gonna go with the intentions section, and we can bring as many intentions as we like. Please do not forget to do the same if you are at home. Bring to your present moment anything that you might feel that you can improve with, if it's something regarding health or anything. It doesn't need to be an issue. We can also offer our gratitude to the gods, to the creator, to source. Anything you feel like expressing, please do. If you want to join us later on afterwards with prayers or with light languages, we will appreciate that too, because the more we are, the better, because we are unifying all this light here on earth. We are being part of this lovely grid that we are feeding naturally just by being ourselves. So the first thing I want to send out there is love, so that we can recognize and discern all these issues that they are coming to the surface, so that we can handle them and that we can find the solution. Also the treatment for the throat chakra, so that we can talk to others and share all these things when they get too much in our chest, so that we don't hold it inside and we keep it for ourselves. Share it with people if you feel it, obviously, or if you have someone that you can talk to, share it. And if you don't have someone, write it down. For me, it's more effective when I do it with a pencil than when I do it in the computer, typing the keys in the computer. But some people do it also with the computer. Sometimes I'm messaging someone in the computer and it doesn't matter. I'm already channeling. I'm already passing the message. But there is something special in holding a pencil, writing down in a blank piece of paper. And whenever you do that, think that you are connecting or telling all those wishes or desires, or sharing whatever issue is going on with you. Write it down, let it flow out of your system. Because sometimes when times come, like the times we are living now, it can be like too much if we don't have someone to share all these things with. So I want to send love to everyone so that they can activate their chakra, their throat chakra as well. And also for children, parents, adults who interact with each other, so that they can get everything they need to communicate also. I know that this is an intention that I also say in the last weeks, but I keep seeing that happening every week. So I don't feel like bringing that intention again is like too much. It's never too much. I don't think it's too much. We can always send more and more love to those areas where we consider that we can improve as a human collective. I want to send love to dissolve all the darkness that might be projected in these challenging times, because that's the easiest reactions that we can have with each other. The easiest thing is to just project something because it's annoying, and then react to it, and then just say and project maybe not something good. So I want to send love and light so that we can have that moment to think of what we are saying, and to meditate what we are saying, and just say with the flow, but being careful to don't hurt someone, and understand that we are all going through these challenges. We are all going through these challenges. So please ask how the other person is feeling. They might have also a very bad day, or maybe many challenges that they are still unresolved. And sometimes they are not even the conscious level. Sometimes they are just in the background, the subconscious. So be compassionate with each other. Mahu maches ya makuata senia nakuate tika matate siata ha ana ote kia hana tute niakata mosi kitiana. Much gratitude. Mahatute tikakuma asetiata shakatuana shakatu. These are my intentions. Mako Guite, Diana Wata. You want Dave or Wendy to go ahead with yours? Whatever it comes to you. Amahatiana Kotiaka.
I don't think you left anything out.
No? It feels like I covered it all.
Well, it's funny, if I were to state my intentions ahead of your invocation and discussion, it would have probably been the same.
Well, that's how attuned we are, because I'm thinking the same thing as you're speaking. I'm thinking the same thing, really.
But I received some sharing, which I would like to do, and I would like to say that I would like my intentions for myself and everyone to always leave the room in a better state than hence you entered it. And the idea that anyone here listening, we're all spiritual way showers. And like it or not, every interaction that you have is an opportunity to share the tools that you have, whatever they may be, to share the tools with others. And be they children that come into your experience that haven't been taught those tools, or just peers, or whoever, or parents, or older people, or whatever. You're put into these situations because you always have something valuable to offer. Even if you don't feel that you're up to the task or that you're good enough to do it, you are. And we talk about love and light all the time, but we're given the gift of always creating ourselves anew moment by moment. And when you're not sure of who you are, just the affirmation of saying, I am love and I am light, takes you to that vibration of all that is, which is represented by the highest degree of love and the highest degree of light. And from that point, you can find a point of center and find the ways to show yourself and others something more valuable and something more beautiful, that you could leave the room in a better state than you entered it.
Very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother. I do feel that's what I was feeling while you were saying that, is that where it gets tricky is when we are not aware of something, unless we allow the flow of love through us. Because sometimes we think with our mind, no, I'm not gonna be helpful to someone because it's not gonna be enough, or it's not gonna be good, or something like that. So we block ourselves and we don't allow that to flow through us, and we never know. In that case, we never know if that could be of help to someone or not. And this is happening more and more, that the more we just go with the flow, even if it doesn't sound logical to the mind, just let it go out there, because I'm sure that we are going to make a better room and a better world for people if we just go with the flow of love. Yeah. Yeah. And Wendy?
Wow. You know, as as both of you are talking, and I was thinking about the things that we were talking about before we went on the recording, and my first intention was to say that along this whole thing, it's all about knowing ourselves more fully. And when we see ourselves and understand that everyone that we're seeing is our version of creation of that being, and if we can see that if we can understand that same love is flowing through that what you're seeing in front of you, and if you are looking at a reflection of yourself, you know, how would you treat that person? And as you're talking about ways that we can be, when we don't even realize we're being inspirational, I was thinking about what you're talking about basketball. Even so, when people watch these things, they think it's a lot of extraterrestrial, a lot of angelic, a lot of this, a lot of that, a lot of esoteric, a lot of, but the bottom line is what we're really saying is that the idea is to bring the love here, to do that, but here. And what you said about just going out to play basketball, and you just go for you to go play, but the children recognize whatever they recognize. They recognize your vibration, they recognize your love, they recognize whatever it is that they're recognizing. That in of itself is a huge act of spirituality. I mean, if you want to
because they
look
get
at
in
it
that
that way.
zone that brother Dave was saying, they get into the same zone, shared zone, and that as children come along, the zone become even more vibrational.
Yeah, and so as you're talking, I'm thinking about, you know, these are people think they need to do something woo-woo, or they need to do something weird, or they need to sit and meditate, or they need to. No, that is not the point here at all. The point is being yourself to the fullest in your world. That is the most spiritual thing you can do. And you don't know who you're inspiring. You don't know who is watching. You don't know who's listening. And that goes on a quantum level too. We don't know who's watching. We don't know who's
We
listening.
don't know
We
until
don't
we
know
do
who's
it.
participating.
Yes, yes.
And I like that what Dave said, because I remember, and I have not always been a good example of this, especially lately, and where I remember that saying very well: leave the room in which you would wish to be remembered.
I
How do you
like
want to
that.
be remembered when you leave the room?
Mm-hmm.
What essence do you want to leave? What energy, what message do you want to leave? Even if you don't say a word.
Yeah, even if it's just your presence, but
Yes, even if it's just your
be
presence, how do you
enjoy that
want to
moment.
convey your presence? I think we all can agree that body language says a lot, and you can be completely silent and completely convey a completely different body language, can't we?
Mm-hmm.
And
Definitely.
be silent,
Yes.
because our energy speaks volumes. So, with that said, when our energy speaks volumes, that includes going to work every day, going to the grocery store, meeting the people on the street that you meet every day. It goes beyond this event. It
Goes
goes,
to
that's the
everything.
point, is to bring it into your everyday world. The angelic presence, the I see the God in you, you see the God in me. That's what namaste means. If you're not sure what that means, that's what it means. I honor the God within me honors the God within you.
Mm-hmm.
And if we can begin to see each other that way, and I am, you know, I when we're talking about all of these things coming to the surface now, you bet. And it happens to the teachers of the teachers. It happens to the best. It's going to happen to all of us, because
Wow.
we're all going through the spiritual process. But that's what makes the best teachers teachers. is the ones who've lived it. They've dug in. They've, you know what I mean? They did the work. But the work
Had the
also, we're
vocation.
understanding, doesn't need to be hard anymore either.
No.
It can be soft.
The
work can be soft. We don't need to be
Bashar
hard on
always
each
says
other.
keep it simple. Bashar always
Yes.
says keep it simple. You don't.
He always said,
Your
I
mind looks
remember
complexity, but
he wrote, he said something, and I think I wrote it down in like 2012. We were talking about that idea that at that time, 2012, you know, and he said, do it sacredly, silently, secretly, and maybe not in that order. Secretly, silently, sacredly. As long as you're doing that, that's all you have to emanate. You don't have to change anything. You don't have to change this, change that, change the world, change your circumstance. It's got nothing to do with
demonstrate to anyone anything. You don't have to demonstrate to anyone anything.
Just going out and playing basketball, or being kind to the person that's your cashier, or, you know, to honor that person, that this is a person of equal to you, no matter what they're doing.
Exactly. No matter the age, no matter anything.
Anything.
You are in that same zone, and that is a bliss. It's a blissful.
And that person is changed. You don't have to change it. That person has already picked up what you're putting down, and they're walking through their world now differently, paying attention to things differently, seeing other people differently, treating other people as equals. So I guess for an intention, there it is.
Support all of that. Yeah. Lie to support all of that. Yeah. I remember in one occasion that there was one of these teenagers who had to go to a campus for a week. And he came to me and he said, Ismael, I'm going to miss you. I say, why? Where are you going? I thought he was going for good somewhere, away or far, and that we were not going to see each other for good. And he said, no, I'm going for a week to a campus, to university. And I felt like, wow, there is where you realize that you are causing an impact on these teenagers. And you are not even thinking about it. You are just having fun playing basketball, and smiling and been a child, because they help us to be also a child again. They keep telling us, get back to be a child again. To me, that is truly we getting back to that point of being a child.
I needed to hear that message again too, so thank you for saying that. I did. I really needed to hear that today.
And a child doesn't think or plan what is next or how it's going to do something. They just go there. And what I was getting before, it was like, just go to life, just go in life, like if you were a child who goes to play to the park. Just go, play, don't think, do it. Share the love, because it's an opportunity for you to experience things that you don't even know unless you share them. Because when we were children, it's the same. We didn't know if we played that or that or that. We didn't know if it was going to be more fun, this, that, or that. We just went to it. We just enjoy it. And then we were finding out afterward, oh my God, how much fun that was. Or sometimes it was boring. Sometimes we were saying, oh, that was really shit. So maybe next time we can do something else. And that's it. But we find out, we give us the chance to find out. And what we adults do with time is to stop that giving to ourselves the chances to experience and let the spirit to talk, let the soul to express. Then judge later you can describe or have million opinions about it, but let it happen first, and then we'll talk. Atuma
So
Shatutano,
awesome.
Cuántica, Wata.
Yeah,
Así día.
I feel very childlike when I'm outside in the woods because I know you can't see it on camera,
Los
but
de
we're
elementos.
outside and the woods is around us, and we feel very childlike. It's like I get to express myself as an adult, as the child I never got to, and so I think that is a big message. Yeah, go out and play basketball, play soccer, play, go play.
Mhm.
So if you're
Go
here
and play.
watching this and wondering what's going on here, what am I watching?
The hell are you people talking about?
Go back to the beginning, and as all the angels were
Invoked
to participate.
and invited. Made you look.
Yes, Tumaka
And you know,
Chuta.
something you said too about impact, and I know sometimes this sounds a little bit disappointing even to me in my egoic belief systems, but something Bashar said about impact, and he said it's not about having more impact than you already have. It's about coming to the idea that to see the realization of the impact that you already have. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? You mean the more I do, the more impact I don't have more impact? Nope.
No. You have more impact by just being you.
By just being you.
By just being you, natural, raw. That's why we eat raw food. That's why we go to simplicity, no? To the city of the simple things. Simplicity, no? That's something that Bashar says also, simplicity. Keep it simple always, and I always felt in my life that even in poetry I was making poems like so dense and so when my mom was reading my own poems, she was like saying, can you just make them easier, son? Can you just maybe, I don't know, dosify, maybe don't throw everything in one poem, make 100 instead with different things, but keep it simple. She was telling me, keep it simple. And it's true, because in that simplicity relies everything. To me, it relies everything, really.
I totally resonate with that, because I used to write a lot of poetry and I completely resonate with that.
That for us was our way of also allowing the energy to be channeled and not get stuck.
I didn't realize how much channeling I was actually doing back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because nobody told us that is actually channeling. But to me,
right.
that was
Nobody
like
said, oh, that's channeling, that's automatic writing. Oh, nobody told us that. We were just writing what the voice within was saying.
Exactly. And sometimes I was wondering if I was getting nuts, because I was like, who is telling me all this stuff? Maybe it's my heart, but it doesn't feel like my heart, but it feels like something else. Okay, just forget about it, write it down. And then and then those poems, sometimes they were causing or creating impact in people, but sometimes not. And that was okay, because years later, those poems that they didn't cause any impact in the people I shared them with, it created an impact with the people that I less expected that was going to create an impact.
Yeah.
And I didn't even had the intention to share my poem to see what they think about it or anything, nothing. They just came across with it and I said, look, something I wrote when I was a child, look. And then they look at it and say, wow, Jesus, this is exactly what is going on with me now. I said, what?
What a synchronicity.
What a synchronicity, exactly. That's it. Bashar says that synchronicities are all the time there. It's only us that we don't see them, or because we are in different frequency, or because we go into lower frequencies. But when we raise the frequency, we realize that everything is in complete synchronicity, like an orchestra, like a symphony.
Yes, it is.
It's incredible.
So many things we could talk about, and so many, when you live in the now and you live moment by moment, you realize every single thing is a constant synchronicity, and you just realize that Yeah, it's just that is the norm.
Doesn't it? No? And sometimes I say to my higher self, yeah, but it's so easy to come out of it. It's so easy to forget the now moment. And I say, my higher self replies, yes, as easy is to come back. It's just about
Ah,
you just
ah,
focusing your now moment. Like, and also sharing helps a lot, expressing, dancing, painting, everything that is to me, for me, expression. It brings me easily, or basketball, something that I have fun with. All of that brings me to that point where I see everything like, oh my God. Dave call it the zone, when you
zone.
are in the
Being
zone,
in the zone.
being in the zone. That's it. It's like, it's divine. It's divine. And,
Well,
and everything is
that is the
perfect there.
gamma. Right? The gamma state. But that's what they call that. When you're in the zone, it's the gamma state, which the gamma state is the channeling state.
The channeling state, exactly. And it might not be like, oh my God, it's over the moon, the energy is so high. No, sometimes it's not even like super, super, super high, but you are cozy, you're okay. You feel like everything is perfect in that moment, even if the match stops.
And it's almost good, and I think you're going to say that too. It's almost good when when it doesn't feel like a big leap, because then you're matching it like a tuning fork. It
Yes,
shouldn't feel different.
yes,
It shouldn't feel something abnormal. It's like you're vibrating at the highest, just like that tuning fork, your highest self, and you're there, and you're both vibrating, and that connection is what happens.
it doesn't need to be where the mind dictates.
Nope.
It is where it is meant to be, and that's it. It's here, 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 here. It's okay there. It's just accepting that everything is okay. Sometimes we have like I don't know, we use too much energy sometimes in thinking that there must be something wrong. And my higher self say, well, why you just don't relax and feel that everything is okay the way it is, even if it's raining for 3 days, because it has been raining for 3 days in a row, non-stop 3 days. Yeah, a lot of people could say, what's going on? Is this the apocalypse? No, it's not the apocalypse. It's just raining. It's okay.
It's raining.
Just let it
It's
be.
raining here right now too. It's just started raining.
Let it be. Let it be.
Let it be.
And that's the song. Let it be. Let it be.
Love
We
it.
need to let be it. Anything that is going on, let it be, even if it feels
Absolutely.
for moments uncomfortable. Sometimes it feels uncomfortable. There are things that are uncomfortable, but they are taking us to another level of frequency as well. So
Well, that's for sure.
trust.
Oh,
Trust. So yes, if you're at home and you have shared already your light languages, please join us in this light language transmission that we are about to share with you all. Misha and we are going to send also the light to the planet and to all the planets and light beings who are here with us, and to their respective planets wherever they come from. And this is for you guys. Amuchini Yawamata. Aneshe Hane. Amo Hadeti Anawutika Ana. Any wound Kamakuteni Yaka. Wena Wana Utawata. We treat it with light and love. Namakutate. Sheni Kama Hota Chane. Seni Hi Nik Anututa. Makutane Chete. Even if the pain remains, we know that tomorrow will be a better and lighter day. Magana is only a process, it's all temporary. Madanet esi shana. Hamoka te chika tuteneme. Hateneki katana. Kokani tatanawana. You know the power you got. Hatani kashana. Sinini ikakutana. Momana. You can turn your realities from one thing to another in seconds, tamama, almost instantly. Taani ishik ini tatamo hine hanata. Where do you put your attention? Kamo hateti taana. Miti nitakana taisate. Keneta, kineta kumachicheni. Ask yourselves, are these really obstacles? Kanikiana, are they really important to stop me bringing all this light to this planet and to this world? Makanate niyata, are these obstacles bigger than the love I can provide? Makanasana is not. Nikanata, you know it's not. Mishikanatutanata. Anete, love is abundance, God is abundance. Makanatasena, so there is plenty for everyone. Open the channels. Huana to bring more and more light to this world. Meka amahatai, lutini katika matotai, tatiyanakutate. Ate. Amohanate. Amohanate anakata. Mosanate te anaka amata. Besisha nakatona. Nenikana. Listen to your body. We talk before we started the recording about the importance of the diet. Mahanatiana. Sister Wendy shared with me that she wants to talk one day about this. So Hameshitetiana. So one day we will be bringing more, like focusing in the diet and bringing more and more awareness to this subject, Ahanetiana, so that we can keep this temple in the best way possible. Hana Hanika Amosate Sinikanu Tateti Kana Tuka Hone Kana Tatumi Satiniana. Go and play, children of God. Go and play. Hanetana Kanawana. Life is not a place to suffer and only suffer. Hanutiana, you overcome and you learn and you expand, but you came here to play as well. Mahana ta'amasatechika, hanikana, rejoice, hamonane, in the love, infinite love that you are. Masana katena kamotate, amukane tatiana kuana tetea, hanesete tia. Remember that you can treat yourselves. Mahaneta kitianitata. You have a partner, you can do it to each other. You can apply your hands, your energy, your love. Amateshina. But if you don't have a partner, you can also do it to yourself, to every organ, and be grateful for every organ and their functionality, so that it keeps the temple alive, so that we can keep this experience going on. Tama pitai kamateshi. Ha mokana Shiva Shiva Shiva. Hatayana makata. Mokana tete neta tetina. Gininak amatayana. Everything that falls is to reveal something. Amakyana, even greater. Manatena, maneta. Have faith. Makanatiane kamo. Don't let issues here now, circumstances from life block the ability that you have to provide, to communicate, to connect. Makanatata, you can change it in any given moment. Makaneta te amo, homata, mote te tiati. Arsenia Kat. Uma jeni gamu sani gamu sanditia mokotete tia makotete kama. Masana kuashane kataishan. Mahana tashana. Aharana kutati anak. Arutata kama. Anutani katiana kuamata satiana. Kawada. Awadani kawana tikata kuta shaka tutatikana. And they are doing a lot of heart chakra healing. Kamakane tiana iedene titamo haneta tiama. Open to receive. Mak masitaene. Hiamak mataene karasya chaneya. Deep breath. Tamaka hatana wana. Wene kiamo katani kiana. Inhale, we take. We exhale, we expand the love. Tindakama damata shia. We recognize the beauty and the connection we have with Mother Nature. Hamatamasaneshate. Yene hana. Dana kunateneti kunekiana. Our connection to the sun. Even if there are clouds for 3 days, there is a sun behind them. Tamakanetiana. Nene is always there. And you can connect to it. Makana tamuhatetia. Ho matatetia. And we know everything affects you. Hateshita kanata. But we also know that you've been provided with many tools that are already activated and awakened. Amakana, you are aware of them. Kamatiana, and the more you will be, of many more. Kanatitiana, Koteana. Atete awatate. Oh Mahanatata. Oh, do not lose faith. Akiana, with those beings that you have connected to. Anatenita. No, even to your beloved ones who passed. They are always there. Mahanatwa. Saiseneti netitia. Anatani. Be them, remember them, and be them. Amatetiana is a way to invoke them. Anesenetanata. Be the moon, be the land, be the earth. Masana, be the sun, be the cosmos. Be everything you can be if you want to experience it. Hana etayana. Munetana. Light languages come to your planet to ease this every process. Hanetisa, so they use also your light languages, or your ability to paint, your ability to write. Mahanate setiana, your ability to sing. Hamasanesiana, hamanetana, your ability for self-love. Hanekanatana, anatenata, and to understand that your experience is what matters. Your experience is what matters. Andas, anat, expansion, anakia, anatiana. You infinite. Even if there is no one there to share, by expressing, you are sharing your vibration with everything and with everything. People just won't know. Some of them will, some of them won't know where is all that light coming from. Hanetiana, but they don't need to know. It's coming from you. That's all. It's coming from source. Amekiana. So they are sending love and light to all these thought structures that we create, limiting our actions, our love actions. Maganato masetikana sateshi is, much of this is coming to the surface so that we can release it and just be us, be ourselves more. Don't fight it. Just let those programming go. Hama tute tia, o mohate tia makute tianamo, he nitianamo de tiana, there is plenty of love, and that is easy to give. Hatene fiana, mishana, be the channel, and observe how everything collapses and build up again. Hane kiana kateni kasana, dinik amodad, hamotane kana. Sindicando mace città mucetana, mi canate ne camo tate tika mapakuta, totika na tokututa. Okay, this is what this guy had to say. They say we are not only one, we are many of us. Our mind always trying to separate and believe there is only one being. Upward. Nini kiana nutayana, mutana kana tiana kumatiana, ha no kanu tateana kuana, netay ata, mocheni, jeni kana tate, ana hawana. They were showing me how things are in our realities, also triggering certain things so that we can bring them to the surface, and not to just for the sake of harming ourselves, just release. So there might be things that from the past, from a long time ago, that they come again, and you say, why the heck this is going on? This is happening again. Well, it's just so that you can be aware of it. I was there somewhere in one of the deep layers, and now you can let it go. Set the intention to let it go. But you can do that effortlessly just by being you and having fun. Because having fun is a very powerful frequency. Laughter, one of the most powerful frequencies. So get back to that. You know that you can do it. You don't need a reason to laugh. Man eshita, open your hearts. There is so much fun in life. Namatan tainetaka. I'm sure that you have been in situations where you say, I don't even know what I'm laughing about, but I'm just laughing. Well, that's great. Don't feel like you are being silly. You're not being silly. You are just being you. Your soul is full of laughter. Your soul is full of love. Just let it flow through you. Enjoy it. There's no need for a reason to justify of why you are laughing. We don't need a reason to laugh. We just can laugh. Not know why. Hanekana, that's wonderful. Hiana kanata ni yana. Appreciation. Tiana kanata. Hanekana. a bit more. I'm telling them to shut up so that you can also share something. And they laugh.
Yeah, we're enjoying it. We're just listening. We're enjoying the energy. Just really just floating with the, enjoying the energies and the entities.
It's super cool.
It is. Yes, it is.
I'm so connected to everything that we've been talking from the beginning. Before recording, we were already connecting this.
I know, it's as if the whole conversation is just still like when we start thinking in quantum, we begin to realize that what we know simply begins to dissolve. Every time I think of something now, I'm like, wait a minute, that's just a belief. It's like you start to really, you're like, oh crap. But that means that if we understand that we're new every now, then I'm only bringing into this now what I think is serving me. Well, why would I do that? So you start to really, really hone in on how you create your own reality. Apo shopi sipis bari siniki to vishbari ki bala mesopori samari inchi japakoti ki shaya
To the
I really
question
believe,
of to the question of why we do that is because through the process we learn to discern and value things.
yeah.
Because we create them so that we kind of experience limitation, and then when we consciously remove that and we realize that there is a change in frequency, we become more aware that there is no need to be putting all these traces of
Yes.
density in the
I
way.
really have been listening to myself talk lately. And it's like as soon as I say the sentence, it's like, wait a second. That's one, not what I prefer. Two, it's it, it's just a belief, it's not a fact. And as soon as you say it, and every time we do this, that's kind of what ascension is about. It's every time you say the word, or when you begin to understand thoughts are things, and what you say really is abracadabra. What I'm saying is what I'm telling the universe I want. Once you start to say things and realize you're saying things that you're telling the universe, and you're like, wait a second, that's not what I want. Why would I continue to say that? And why would I continue to believe that? Like, it becomes to unravel everything we knew isn't what we thought. And that's what I think light language helps us do is just let these things unwind itself. It's like it's almost like it unties the knots for us and allows us to see things from the blueprint reality aspect of, okay, I really am creating my reality by what I'm saying and thinking and believing.
Mm-hmm.
And
nothing is a mistake. Nothing. Absolutely nothing
right.
is a mistake.
And then you start to see the rest of the world as, okay, if I begin to understand that everything's perfect just the way it is, somebody else may perceive that as, what? You don't care about what's going on in the world? You don't care about the drama? You don't care about these horrible disasters? You don't care about the war? Nope, I don't. And it's not the way but it's like, because that can't exist in my reality. that my preferred vibration cannot frequentially include those things I do not prefer. So and that goes down to what we believe about ourselves, what I say about myself, you know what I mean? You really begin to understand how the things I say every day create the mirror, create the reflection, create the image, create the what do they call that? I don't want to call it the matrix, but the
whatever
mirror.
is meant to be manifested. Yeah.
The hologram.
The hologram.
Exactly. If our thoughts are a projector, and the people that we meet and the things that we experience every day are the holographic, representation of that, well, we ask ourselves then, am I preferring the state of being I'm in, how I'm feeling, how my body feels, how my mind feels, how I feel about circumstances, all of those things? It really does, in a quantum level, help you understand. We call it healing, but again, you're very familiar yourself with quantum healing. You begin to understand that's kind of what quantum healing is. Is really beginning to understand the mechanics of it and how what we think creates our reality, and how because everything's now, how that's affecting every other now moment in that existence. And that includes your past, your other realities, and it really does give us a completely different new perspective on
everything,
what we can do, our own power.
We were talking about all the negative beliefs coming up and all the things that we're seeing about ourselves that we need to let go of. When I was losing a lot of weight, people would say, well, what are you doing to lose so much weight? And I took that as an opportunity to say, I'm letting go of things that don't serve me. I'm letting go of beliefs that are not mine, and I'm simply lightening up. And it, for me, it manifested in losing a lot of weight. And the trick about the whole thing is you don't need to have a big complicated process. When you realize things aren't serving you, and it doesn't really matter that they might be serving you or not serving you or why. If you just don't prefer it, let it go. Lighten up on yourself. As Bashar would say, don't be a belief thief.
Yep.
Let them go and be the person that you prefer to be, regardless of the circumstances. And things get easier. Things get lighter. If you feel as though you're carrying a lot of baggage, that's not your baggage. Let them go. See what happens. Play with it.
Yeah. That baggage belongs to a different version of yourself, because you are changing in every second. So that the more we become aware that what we are now, we are not anymore. It doesn't belong to that version of ourselves when we were carrying all that baggage, or when the issues happened in the past. It's just they belong to that past. They only belong to the past. So let the light flow. And they say also it's in your hands to project into your reality a lot of things, and make you feel like you are overwhelmed with them, or you can start projecting, because you have the power to do so, like one thing at a time, instead of solving all of them at once or try to solve things at once. Just go and observe, contemplate whatever is you are living or in your present, or whatever you want to manifest. Give yourself time to observe it and go simply just one by one, and instead of trying to solve the whole world in 1 second. And before Sister Wendy say that for some people that might sound as being selfish, or that might sound as we are not caring for the world, we actually do. By being in our center and being the light of God, we are doing for the world much more than if we stay stuck and worrying. When we are letting all that light flow through us, we are just being that divine light, and we are passing light without putting any effort. And that's what the planet needs. Planet, like they say before, it's not that important where the energy is coming from. What is important is that it's being channeled. It's coming to the planet. It's coming to the world. It doesn't need to have a destination or a sender, or the name of the sender in the letter. Just give it. It's free. And it feels good. So by doing that, but we are learning, we are remembering how to discern that and how to stay more in those high frequencies by choice. Because it's a choice. Our mind try one and again to convince that we don't have choice, and that's when we get stuck. But we have a choice all the time. We are free. We were given free will. So we have choice to change, to do whatever we want. And if you didn't do nothing in that day, okay, don't blame yourself. You just went through that experience of doing nothing. And often when we are doing nothing, we are doing a lot, because we are just catalyzing or changing things inside and moving things from the inside. And that's why we keep like in a very low motion our body in the 3D world. But they are all processes, blessed experiences.
Inat kwako ashina kwa haini ya sabasa sashi ya shashami ya namaya boko po hanami veka kwa mayana na seva sabali ya shanati ama hamanoma pieto koyama ina. I just heard the only disservice you can ever perform is to not be your true self. If you take, and I heard Mel Robbins say this today again, if you take money out of the picture and you remove, don't care what anybody thinks, what would you do? The first thing that comes to your mind is the thing that you need to focus on, whatever it is, and see where it takes you. because
Trust that.
trust that. Trust that vision. Trust what you just heard in your head. Trust the vision you just got in your head. Trust that little flutter in your tummy, or that little heart flutter you just got when you heard that question. Because as soon as I heard it, I saw the vision and I thought, wow, that surprised me. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be. Nope, it wasn't. I only turned off my video because my battery's low and I didn't want to phase out on you. So
All right. Facita too much.
it should be good here. But
so true.
yes, it was just the weirdest thing. And it was such an emotional, I was shocked at the emotional reaction that I had when I asked, and I looked at Dave and I was like, whoa, you know, and I asked him too, you know. But I kept asking myself, well, what does that mean? Does that mean I have all the money I need? What does it you immediately start to analyze, and I'm like, stop it. No, it means whatever it means, but it means if you didn't need to worry about what it is that you did to pay your bills, and if you didn't care about what anybody thought, I thought that was the most important part of the equation. I think if you even had all the money, I think it was still, if you still cared about what other people thought, and you still wouldn't do it, even if you had the money. Truth. I know, because I've been there. Truth.
So we do admit that it could sometimes be annoying when the voices in your head are telling you how ridiculous you're being. But it does help.
It does help because they are not your enemy. They are actually contributing so that you can say, oh yes, or to have more aha moments. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. This is it. But yeah, why that happened? Because all that we call sometimes, no, is that my ego is bad. My voices is darkness. No. Everything is co-creating. Everything is helping you, even if it doesn't look as such from the surface or from certain folks. You
know, you really have reminded me how much I enjoy these interactions and these types of interactions, and how much I want to do more of them on my own channel. So it really has been quite an inspiration, as we discussed earlier, how much of an inspiration we've both been to each other over the last many years, decade. So,
and like we were sharing before, it's like in the beginning of the event, we were the three of us, like, yeah, but what is gonna happen? What are we going to do? Well, it just happened.
We never have.
All of this.
That is the one thing I know for certain above anything else, is I can turn on the recording, or I can go live on YouTube. It doesn't matter. I don't need to plan nothing. For some reason, all I need to do is start talking, and all the rest.
It's so important to allow the talk flow, and
just happens.
Let it lead you to the next thing, and that's it. Trust that, and it will take you where you need to go. And that it also applies to everything in life. But
everything. I was just going to say, and that's the formula.
And that's the formula.
That's it. That's the formula.
We still we don't want to accept it fully, but
we don't.
That's it. We don't accept it because we are remembering how we can accept it, and how we can, project better versions of realities from ourselves.
When we're listening to our guidance, we have to also remember that our higher selves and all the beings here to help us are seeing things from a higher perspective, and they understand the path of least resistance. And we might think we know the straight line is the faster way, but they see the path of least resistance. So our guidance may take us somewhere to get us in the path of least resistance, but it might be from here to there and there to there and there to there. That's our path of least resistance. And when we get to point B, that whole path may change. So we have to release the insistence that where we're going is where we think we're supposed to be, because if we just follow our guidance and our intuition, we're going to get there in the best way possible. And moment to moment, that can completely change and could look completely different. And as we all know, what we think we might want now, a moment later, we might realize, well, maybe we didn't really want that. And they're always, I mean, they're us. There is no one but us. They're always doing the best to lead us in the thing that's not only best for us, but best for all and everyone.
And I'm reminded just now too about something also that Bashar said about us humans, that we are currently the best receivers possible on this planet to literally receive the information coming from these other dimensions. Organically, just as humans and what we are, we literally are the best receiver of the information, and we are the best way to transmit the frequencies and the information onto the rest of the planet.
We're designed for it.
We're actually designed to be the perfect receivers for higher frequency information, because we're always connected. Always.
Yes.
We are the best receivers of information for each other and the best transmitters of information to each other.
And there is so much fun on doing that.
And it is. It's just
so much fun, so much joy, so much love, so much abundance. But we still want to make things a little bit more complicated so that we can keep discerning and finding out that there are easier ways to, maybe no easier ways, but ways that where we can offer less resistance, like Brother Dave said. Yeah, it's not always like the shortest path for the easy.
No, it isn't.
No, sometimes it's like a roller coaster, but that roller coaster as a whole took you there, took you where you needed to go. And we know that, and it will keep happening in so many aspects of ourselves, with so many experiences, until we just surrender.
I like to say, I like to be a cooperative component.
Well said. A cooperative
I will.
component.
I don't believe that I would have imagined 5 years ago that I would be sitting where I am today. And I think a lot of people, maybe even most people, if you ask them that, did you think 5 years ago that you would be sitting where you are today? I think most people would say, not a chance.
We have plenty of proofs that is true. That everything is there for a reason, that we gain, we expand, we become, if we choose to, we become better persons. If we choose to. You can become bad also if you want to.
All of our suffering comes from the lack of belief of that very truth.
Very much.
That everything is perfect exactly the way it needs, exactly the way it is. Hey, I'm telling myself, I'm hearing the same message for me. My days are not easy. My shit comes up just like like everybody else.
Everybody.
And then some.
As the marching band in the distance starts to play.
Yeah, the marching band at the high school just started playing. There goes the drums.
And if
Oh,
some kind of master or some kind of guru comes to you to tell you that they don't have challenges in their lives,
bullshit.
that's Bashar or Dari Lanka, he has his challenges. Everybody has, no matter in what level of frequency, you are having an experience to expand even further, whatever you are in that particular moment. Amika ati amit eti entiana. Remembering that you are source. Hatianaka. Tosatiaka.
It's like I'm hearing we acknowledge every word you're saying. And once again, I'm reminded in these interactions, those of you who are viewing this and those of the participants in any way at any time there are so many species learning from this moment. Never lose sight that you are always teachers.
And nothing is a waste of time.
Nothing
is a waste of time.
And thank you, brother, for making this space available and for letting us know you were here today, because we're going to be busy for the rest of the weekend. And,
see, me too.
We would come together in this way and share.
I'm glad you came, guys. I'm glad, super glad, because this is what we manifested. This lovely, lovely, lovely everything. I don't want to even tag or to give a name. It's just lovely. Everything's lovely.
Yeah, I like that word lovely a lot. I use it a lot. I love that word lovely.
I love lovely. Okay, guys, big hug and have a wonderful, wonderful, busy weekend.
Thank you.